Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. This is going to be kind of a short update. As you know, on this channel, I do not try to present breaking news. What I try to do is comment on what has been reported and what may or may not be going on in the world as it relates to the Constitution, our Second Amendment, prepping, practical prepping, and so forth. What I want to talk about right now is now that the dust is kind of settled and Donald Trump is the president-elect for the 47th slot, you all, including me, need to just take a chill pill, because there is nothing significant that is going to happen in this administration with respect to our Second Amendment rights. Certainly, there will be watch my lips, no law being passed one way or the other, pro Second Amendment or against Second Amendment, in this administration. Not going to happen. The primary reason that's not going to happen, I know everybody's all geeked up about the fact that, good on him, he won the popular vote and the electoral college vote. That's rare, and you can't poo-poo that, right? The second thing is, yes, the Republicans control. When I say control, they have the procedural chair in the Senate. That means that the Republicans now have the Senate majority leader and the one who controls what gets presented to the Senate for consideration. So that belongs to the Republicans. I'll come back to that in a minute. The House, remember, the House is where the children play, and the House is 51 votes in favor of the Democrat, maybe 52, but they have a really thin margin. Main point, nothing's going to get done without compromise with the Democrat Party. The days where the Democrats and the Republicans in the House, think back to Obamacare, every 5 seconds there was a vote in the House to repeal and replace Obamacare. It was like nuts. Just to even do something like that, it just takes away time. And it went nowhere because it went over to the Senate. Senate didn't have the votes to break a filibuster, which is the 60 votes. So unless a party in the Senate owns 60 confirmed votes in their party, they have no chance. No chance, unless there's such agreement on something, which is possible. Certain Supreme Court nominees, certain cabinet nominees, I think there will be agreement on. But for the most part, as far as Second Amendment stuff, nothing. So let's go through that. The presidency cannot make law. So much for that. The only thing Donald Trump can do is undo any executive orders that Joe Biden and maybe even Barack Obama might have put in place. There will be no changing of any law that got passed and signed based on a compromise. That means that the one that everybody's pissed off about, not going to change. It's there for a while meaning a couple of administrations maybe. So that's what's going to happen in the Congress, like nothing. So don't expect any laws to come out of the Congress to get to Trump's desk. No pro-Second Amendment law will get to his desk. The good news is no anti-Second Amendment law will get to his desk. So let's talk a minute about this subject that everybody's heavy breathing over, and that's either national reciprocity or national reciprocity or national constitutional carry. The latter, national constitutional carry, stop thinking about that. Ain't gonna happen, ain't gonna happen, ain't gonna happen, ain't gonna happen. Stop thinking about it. Stop trying to drive your elected officials to do it. Ain't gonna happen. I want to see something good happen before I die. Okay. National constitutional carry, not gonna happen. Not in my lifetime anyway. National reciprocity. Let me explain that. It is not the same as our driver's licenses. but it is the same as the reciprocity you currently enjoy if you have a concealed carry permit in your state and another state recognizes it or gives you reciprocity. That is how it is with the driver's license. It is not a federal law. There is no federal requirement, none, to force the states to recognize another state's driver's license. None. No national law. The only national law that affects the document called driver's license is when 10 years ago they tried to implement Star ID. That's these features that must be in a particular state's driver's license or state ID. These are features that the federal government needs for international travel, airline travel, things that they want to try to do through TSA and some other tools that they're using. So that's the reason for that. But reciprocity for carrying firearms is not going to pass through Congress at all. And I think we're done. I think we got 29. We might get 30 states. That's it. Because the politics in the remaining states is too hot to handle, at least in my lifetime, right? So that's not going to happen. Get that out of your head. Work with your state. Work with your state legislature and get them to have reciprocity with other states. That's where you win that reciprocity thing, right? It's at the state level, not the national level. So that's kind of where we sit. I'm not optimistic about any pro Second Amendment anything. I am optimistic that no negative Second Amendment anything is going to come out and bother us for a while. So that's my story this morning. I'm sticking to it. There's so much out there, so many people talking about how good it's going to be for the Second Amendment, blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, we already got 5 Supreme Court cases in queue. The Supreme Court is going to take care of a lot of this. And there is a reciprocity, there's 2 of them, I think, lawsuits that are going to find their way up to the Supreme Court. I think this year, 2025, 26, and 26, 27, are going to be the golden years for legislation or things that affect our Second Amendment come out. It's not going to happen overnight. Don't get up Trump's ass about not doing something 8 seconds after he's inaugurated. That wouldn't be fair to him. I know he talks a bunch of shit, but I'm telling you, it ain't going to happen. Oh, did I just knife Ann? Oh, man. Okay, that was good. For you that have been in the military and basic training, you know what the knife in is. Anyway, I digress. So think about that. If you have any thoughts that you'd like to share, please let me know. As always, wherever you can, whenever you can, however you can, carry on.